Every time I come here, I am just amazed at how beautiful it is and how magical. Even though I come here all the time, just every time I'm blown away. I'm pretty sure that this is where the fairies live, but I don't know. Oh, Fleur, I never see you at the club. I never see you at the club. Well, I never see you at the clearing in the local woodland, so... Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog channel. I'm Fleur. Hi. I normally make ASMR videos on a different channel, and here I just do whatever I want. And today I wanted to sit in the woods and talk about my health and mental health and just chat to you a little, because I just feel like it's been such a long time and I have no idea of how to start making videos again on this channel, so this is what we're gonna do. I will say the last time I was here I got Lyme's disease from a tick bite, so this is low-key exposure therapy. This video is just me coming at you as a friend, and if you want some company or if you're also struggling with mental or physical health, letting you know that you're not alone and maybe someone will find something in this video that could help them a little bit. And that would make me really happy. It is currently a Friday. It is September 5th. And this morning I had a doctor's appointment to go back to a psychologist because I just feel like my mental health is declining and I'm just not feeling well and I need to talk to someone. So it's what I did. And after that I got home and I did a crossword puzzle. And then I was like, I want to go outside. It was my big goal for the day, so goal achieved, which is nice. It is my day off from work or from ASMR work, so it's the weekend for me. I would be really excited about it, but I just don't feel very excited about a lot of things right now. A little bit of background about me, I think it's good to know where all this lore started. I started my ASMR channel at a pretty rough time in my life, and it's also when I made a video on this channel talking about my burnout story. I was in the midst of a burnout when I started creating videos, and I've been sharing and documenting bits of my mental health situation since. And one of the things, if you watch that video, is that before I had my burnout, I had a lot of migraines, and that started to affect my life a lot. And since recovering, it's become a lot less, but now they started to come back pretty hard. I've had migraines all my life, and migraines in general are something that can be pretty manageable. There's a lot of medication out there, but it's pretty intense medication and I'm not the biggest fan of that. But for me, it's not so much the intensity of a migraine, but the frequency in which they happen to me. So I will have them every other week, and then I will have 3 separate attacks in a row. So like I will have 3 to 4 days to recover, and then it'll happen again, and then again. And so the past couple months, it feels like I've either been having a migraine, recovering from a migraine, or catching up with work like crazy. And that has just been taking a pretty big toll on my mental health, because I feel like I have a lot less emotional bandwidth to deal and process with what I'm feeling. Social things are really hard now. Scheduling things is really hard. Over the past 2 years, I've had to cancel so often, and that has brought up a lot of, conflict and discussion around friends, and there are a lot of people who I don't see because I am too afraid to make plans a month ahead, and that's just impacting me a lot. So having these migraines come back at the intensity that they've come back has been really difficult, but alongside that I've been struggling again a lot with feeling really tired, being really fatigued. So on the days that I don't have a migraine, I'm brain foggy or I'm just really tired. And then of course, I'll get my period or something, I like to think of myself as a positive person and looking at the bright side, and like someone who is resilient, sensitive, wants to enjoy life, and I can deal with a lot of things. But the combination of everything, after everything that already happened, has just been really difficult and hasn't felt very manageable. So I'm seeing a neurologist for my migraines soon. I went to a homeopathic doctor and I'm going back to a psychologist to work on my mental health. I'm very lucky to live in the Netherlands and to at least have these things available to me, of course. Our system isn't perfect, but I know that there are a lot of people out there in much more difficult situations in that sense to even get the help that they need. So I'm very thankful for that and that I get to take action pretty quickly. I'm also very thankful that I know myself well enough when to reach out to professionals and when to get help, and that I'm really proactive with my health. I think that the past couple weeks I've just been feeling really sorry for myself, and I think that that's also important to allow sometimes. I'm not a fan of being in victim mode, but it's also okay to be really fucking bummed out about your own situation, you know what I mean? But I've been disappearing into that little hole a bit, where things have just felt very unfair, and the world is on fire, which is a thing of its own, and I think that that's affecting a lot of people mentally as well, especially my empathetic, sensitive friends who also just would very proactively want to make the world a better place. I know it's very difficult to witness everything that's happening, and I hope that you're doing what you can within the space that you live in and what is within your means to do. So maybe donating to causes you care about, protesting, talking to friends and family, boycotting brands or companies or whatever it is. I'm talking very vaguely, but it's not the point of the video. I just wanted to kind of touch on that because I do feel like the state of the world, everything that's been going on here in the Netherlands around femicide, has just been impacting many people among myself. So outside of that, the world, I've just been having a harder time dealing with it all and seeing the positive is what I'm trying to say. I try to be conscious of my behavior and patterns, and when I catch myself in a bad thought, I am quite quickly to recognize that and to switch it around. I'm always the friend to give a pep talk. For sure, I will grab you by the shoulders, shake you up, and tell you how amazing you are and how powerful and how great things could be and whatever else. But I feel like I haven't been able to do that for myself, and it's just been hard. And I deleted social media a while ago thinking that that would be a really big help, and in ways it has been because I'm just not comparing myself all the time anymore. But I also think that I'm missing the stream of like-minded people that I got to see on my Instagram a lot, and I'm still on my phone a lot and on YouTube and scrolling and distracting myself. I don't know, it just feels like I've been having a lot of big thoughts about big subjects and very little energy to cope with any of them. So I'm really excited to get back into therapy. I know that might sound really odd maybe for some people, but I am really excited because in the past it has always helped to talk it through, to get some new tools, and to work through the things that are holding me back from living my life the way that I would love to live my life, and how to make life feel more manageable. I do try to take good care of myself by doing things like this, going outside. I'm not someone who will go on a walk or a hike to be walking or hiking a lot. I just want to sit down somewhere and enjoy the view, and then I like the combination, of course, but I love a moment like this where I can just sit down, hear the wind, hear the trees, hear the birds, maybe see a deer. They walk around here quite a lot, and they are adorable, and just hang out. I've been trying to indulge more in hobbies that are not productive, and I think that that's something that I've been struggling with a lot since being self-employed. Next chapter, I'm going to brighten this a little bit. Is that better? I don't know. I have been self-employed since June of last year. I made ASMR into a business. I registered it as a business, which is something that you generally kind of need to do if you make a certain amount of money. And then I started working freelance as a youth worker again, which is what I studied for. I studied pedagogy, so I studied education, or you can call it youth-oriented social work. It's really hard to translate it into English, but that's what I went to school for. And I worked at the organization that I'm now back working for before I had my burnout. And it's been really nice to have something outside of YouTube as well in regards to work. I feel like I recently heard the quote that was, I quit my 9-to-5 job to work 24/7. And that's something that I do relate to, but I actively choose not to identify with. I don't have the energy or the mental capacity, especially right now, maybe that will change, you know, in time, to work a full-time job, so a 40-hour work week. And so I work around a 20-hour work week, and that is my limit. But those 20 hours are very much dispersed over the week. Is that the word? I don't even know. But the shifts with the youth work, it varies a lot. The moments that I can film, they vary a lot. So I have very little structure in my work, let alone in my personal life, with my energy levels going up and down a lot. So it's been really hard to find structure, but I will say work has brought me a lot of joy. And though it's very confronting to work at the same place again and to be back in a professional setting, I don't know. I've been finding it really confronting. I guess because I haven't been feeling well, you know, I noticed that when I don't feel really well mentally, it makes me feel a lot more self-conscious and insecure in moments, and I will see a tiny thing that went wrong and really blow it up. I think that that's a very common thing when you aren't feeling very well, or if you are overworked or heading towards burnout. Those are very common symptoms to have as well. And that has been happening a little bit, partly because I'm not feeling well, but I also believe that it's partly because it has just been confronting and new again, and I'm just finding my feet. So while it's been really interesting, inspiring, and motivating, it's sometimes also confronting, emotional, and a little draining. I don't know how else to describe it. I've been off social media for a while now, which has been really nice, but I do the Instagram for my work. So I have the app on my phone, and I've caught myself opening Instagram on my browser, seeing what my friends were posting, or opening my work Instagram app more. Not to scroll or anything, but I'm just checking messages, and that way I'm always kind of like on. And with the already irregular schedule, that doesn't help either. But yeah, it's just part of my job, so I'm just trying to make healthy decisions in that, and I have ad blockers. I love using Opal if you want to be offline more and limit yourself on your phone more. It really helps out a lot, and I felt a lot better since, first of all, getting off Instagram and, you know, not posting anymore and whatever else. Not having people who I don't know follow me on social media, where I will post a lot more unintentionally than I would on YouTube. I'll make a separate video, I think, about being off social media and everything. But yeah, blocking myself has been great, so highly recommend. And what I wanted to say is that I've been indulging a lot more in hobbies that aren't productive. So with being self-employed, when I have free time, like right now I'm filming something and it's my day off, so I could have chosen not to do this because it ties into work. So this is a productive way of using my free time, I would say, because I'm posting it on my vlog channel, which does make a little bit of money. So it is kind of work, but then it's also not really, because I'm not making ASMR, which I count as my job. So I've been trying to make conscious choices in that as well, and sometimes actively choose to journal, or I want to start a book journal, so I got some stickers and whatever for that, and that's just for me, and having things that aren't for anyone else but me has been really helpful. And it's something that I really do want to spend more time on and work on more, because I do have a tendency of choosing the more productive hobby, or I will go home and edit a video. There's always something to do, and there's always something that I could be doing, so it's really hard on a day off, I find, to leave all of that behind, because sometimes getting things done is also helpful to feel more rested after that. But I feel like this is a very common mindset, I think, is I'll do all of these things first and then I can rest, while if my body needs rest or I'm getting signals that it needs rest, it's not about, oh, I'll do that whenever it fits into my schedule. It's no, I'm gonna rest now and I'll fit the rest into my schedule, you know? And since my burnout, I've become, I think, I would like to pat myself on the shoulders for, I've become really good at prioritizing that and recognizing, oh, I need to drop things now and I need to rest now. And then the rest will come, because my health and my rest is my priority, because this is the house that I live in and I'm going to take good care of it. I've also started going to yoga again, which is really, really nice. I really like my yoga teacher here locally. And last night, for example, I really wanted to cancel because I was feeling so bad and crying and blah, blah, blah. And I did decide to go, and I was the only one who showed up, which is sad, but that did mean that I had a private lesson with my yoga teacher. And that was really helpful because she got to give me a lot of tips. And so I'm so grateful that I went, and I had the best practice that I could have asked for. And I had a lot of fun and we laughed. And I was like, oh, I needed that in more ways than one. And yeah, I've just been really excited about showing up to practice. There's a fly on the lens, sorry. I've just been really excited to have some structure in that, in going again, connecting to my body, which really helps me. I've been practicing yoga nidra still every day. I'm still doing my yoga nidra teacher training. I've just been focusing more on doing the practice. I've been reading a book about it, and now I'll slowly make my way back into the modules. But I've got some health stuff going on, if you didn't hear already. It's not my top priority right now. And that's kind of what's been going on in my world. I went on vacation this summer. We went to France. I surprised my aunt. I drove a camper van for the first time in my life, which I've always wanted to do, and it was really cool. It's such an amazing memory to have, and I'm really grateful that we went there. I'm also excited to be back home now and to get to work on my mental health and stuff. Before I went on vacation, it was a really chaotic time. So the vacation was pretty short, but it felt like there was a really weird summer period for me or something. I'm just kind of excited that everyone is getting back into their routines and doing their stuff. I feel like in the summer it's very overstimulating that everyone is doing a lot of things all the time, and it makes me want to, you know, hang out and see my friends because everyone has time off, and I'm always a self-employed friend who does have time to hang out if my health allows it. But then all my friends are like, I'm working. So I'm excited that people are getting back into structure and routine as well, because it makes me kind of go with that flow a little bit more. It makes me a little bit more disciplined and calm and structured. And I think that that is really what I need right now. So yeah. I'm hoping that in time now, with the right help and working on my mental stuff, that things will get better. I'm doing my stinking best, taking rest when I need to, and try to enjoy the fun stuff. Even though it might not look the way that I would want to right now, there's still a lot to be grateful for, and there are still positive things. You see how I've been talking to you for a while and slowly I'm getting a bit more positive? I needed this, I think. Anyway, I hope that you've been doing well, and if not, that's okay too. And definitely let me know in the comments what you've been up to, what are the themes in your life that are going on right now, what's been on your mind and your heart. And yeah, we can chat about it in the comments. If I ever don't reply or I'm really late, I'm just very overwhelmed with everything sometimes. So don't take it personally, okay? I do read everything. I'm really grateful that you took the time out of your day to be here. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to support me and what I do. And yeah, I'm just sending you all my love. And I hope that the weather is like this where you are too, because it's beautiful. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you very, very soon. Here's a forehead kiss. Bye.